Om Khanilagnabdharitryantam Srakkanivodgatam yataha Tvantachide namastasmai Araye buddhisakshine Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। In Naishkarmya Siddhi, page number 40. Two Prasankhyanavada Pakshas are mentioned. The first Paksha, what is known as Brahmadatta Matam, is not as much of a Prasankhyanam. It is Jnana Karma Samuchaya Matam. The second Matam is Prasankhyanam, where also there is Jnana Karma Samuchaya. So we saw the first Matam, Brahmadatta Matam, where the Purvapaksha Acharya says, Aham Brahmasmi Jnanam by itself does not remove Ajnanam. And then you have to do the Abhyasa Ahani Ahani Draghiyasa Kalena Upasana. Draghiyas Shabda is actually Tritiya, Ekvachanam, not Bahuvachanam. Last time I had mentioned Bahuvachanam. Draghiyas is in Vruddha, Priya Sthira Sphiro, Sphira Uru Bahula Guru Vruddha, Tripra Dirgha Vrindarakanam. In all these Shabdas, there are different Adeshas. Prastha, Sva, Var, Bahi, Garva, Rishi, Trap, Draghi. That Draghi is what we need right now. Dirgha will become Draghi. Dirgha will become Draghi. Then there is Yasun Pratyaya, so will become Draghi Yas. Then Tritiya Ekvachanam will be Draghi Yasa. Means for long time, Dirgha Kala. Then this Bhavana will remove Ajnana. This is their Matam. So we don't agree with this, that Bhavana will remove Ajnanam. Acha, both of these Matams, what they say is, first you have to do Shravanam and produce Jnanam. After Jnanam, you have to do this Upasana. Either for Bhavana or Prasankhyanam. After Jnanam. So Vedanta is not going to agree, because after Jnanam there is nothing. What about before Jnanam? So that part I will explain after we do the second Purvapaksha. Okay, so we are going to do the second Purvapaksha now. This should be very clear, then it will help you. Lot of concepts like what is Jnana Karma Samuchaya, that how I clarified, we will see this one also. Tika we were seeing, right?
Yes, Swami.
In Tika, 6th line. Vijnaya Shabdena Samsrishta Rupam Brahma Avagamya. So this is the quotation is taken. Tameva Dhiro Vijnaya Prajnam Kurvita Brahmana. In this matam, what he says, that you have to do Vedanta Vakya Shravanam. That will produce Aham Brahmasmi Vijnana. This Vijnanam is Sansargatmakam. If you say Aham and Brahma, there are two padas. Between them, there is some sambandha. This sambandha is called Sansarga. Therefore, this Vakya, Aham Brahmasmi, will produce Sansargatmakam Jnanam. And therefore, it does not produce Akhanda Brahma Jnana. This is their mata. There is some Sansarga between Atma and Brahma, and therefore, Vastu Jathatmya Avagahi eva na bhavati. It is not going to tell you that Brahma is Akhanda, infinite. Because what has sambandha with something cannot be Ananta, infinite, Akhanda. Or in simple words, you say Brahma is Sasanga, Sansargatmaka, according to this Aham Brahmasmi Vijnanam. But really speaking, according to the Purvapaksha, Brahma is Asansargatmaka. Therefore, that Jnanam has not taken place. How will that Jnanam take place? You have to do Abhyasa. That Abhyasa is what is known as Prasankhyanam. That Vijnanam or that Prasankhyanam will produce another Jnanam. So at least in this matam, there is some closeness. What is the closeness? Jnanam will remove Ajnanam. But what is the flaw in this? They say Prasankhyanam will produce Jnanam, which we don't agree. Some such Abhyasa will produce Jnanam. This is not Vedanta matam. Even though all of these are Vedantins, all these matams, they are actually Vedanti. But we don't agree with them. Okay. So this, when Abhyasa is done, then it will produce Avakyarthatmakam Vijnanam. That Vijnanam will remove Ajnanam. Tika. Vijnaya Shabdena Samsrishta Rupam Brahma Avagamya. Prajnang Sakshatkar Lakshanam Asansargatmikam Kurvita. Santata Abhyasa Balat Sadayet Iti Yavat. According to Purvapaksha, this Brahadaranyaka mantra, Tameva Dhiro Vijnaya Prajnam Kurvita, this Vakya, what it does is, it is 420 or 421. Two different readings are there, whatever, 420 or 21. So according to that matam, Vijnaya Shabda is to get Samsrishta Brahma Jnana. Samsrishta Rupam means that Brahma which has Sansarga, Sansargatmaka Jnanam of Brahma. Brahma Avagamya, Prajnam Kurvita. Prajnam means Sakshatkara Lakshanam, Asamsargatmikam Kurvita. So first is Sansargatmaka Jnanam, second is Asansargatmaka Jnanam. How? Santata Abhyasa Balad. Santata means satat. By this practice of Aham Brahmasmi. Sadayet iti yavat. Iti Purvavadino Abhipreta Vyakhya. This is Vyakhya according to Purvavadi. Both of them. Now, in Moolam, Asya Pakshadvayasya Nivrittaye Idam Abhidhiyate. This Pakshadvaya, both these Pakshas, for their Nivritti, means elimination, Idam Abhidhiyate. This is what is the meaning of Abhidhiyate? What is Abhidhiyate?
Explained.
Vipurvodha
Karotyarthe.
अभिपूर्वस्तु
Abhipurvak to
भाषण
Bhashane. So this is Abhidhiyate. Dudhaye dhatu. Abhi upasarga purvak dudhaye abhidhiyate means kathite bhashyate. This is what is being said. Abhidhiyate for pakshadvaya nivritti. Sakrit pravrityamridnati kriyakaraka rupavrit
क्रियाकारकरूपभृत्
jnanam agama jnanam
अज्ञानम् आगमज्ञानम्
सांगत्यं नास्त्यो nayoho.
साङ्गत्यम् नास्त्यतोऽनयोः सकृत्प्रवृत्त्या मुद्गाति क्रियाकारकरूपभृत् अज्ञानम् आगमज्ञानम् साङ्गत्यम् नासक्तो
साङ्गत्यं नास्तो
What is Siddhanti saying? Agama jnanam sakrit pravritya kriya karaka rupa brit ajnanam mridnati. It is mridnati. Ato anayoho sangatyam nasti. I will do the anvaya again. Jnanam, agama jnanam, sakrit pravritya kriya karaka rupa brit ajnanam mridnati. Ato anayoho sangatyam nasti. Jnanam which is produced from the Agama Shastra, means from the Shruti Vedas, that Jnanam, Brahma Jnanam, Sakrit Pravritya, by once, means in one attempt, Sakrit Pravritya. Ajnanam Mridnati, it destroys Ajnanam. Mahavakya Janya Jnanam in one shot will remove Ajnanam. What is that Ajnanam? Kriya Karaka Rupa Bhrit. Kriya Karaka Rupam Vibharti iti Kriya Karaka Rupa Bhrit. That which supports and nourishes Kriya, Karaka, and Phalam, all of them. That Ajnanam is destroyed by Agama Jnanam in one go. So what Siddhanta is trying to say? When Jnanam comes, Ajnanam goes. When Ajnanam goes, Kriya Karaka Rupa, Kriya Karaka Phalam are not supported anymore. If Kriya Karaka Phalam are not supported, how will you do Samuchaya of Jnanam and Karma? Because as soon as Jnanam comes, Kriya Karaka are out. They are not existing together. Ataha, therefore, anayoho,
Jnana-karmano.
jnana karmanoho, sangatyam nasti. Their sangati, their togetherness is not there, is not possible. When one comes, it destroys the other. Agama Jnanam will destroy Ajnanam, which is supporting Kriya Karaka Phala. So now Kriya Karaka Phala will not be supported. How will you do karma? This is the matam of Vedanti. Now, this portion is one line explains a lot of things. Bhavad abhimataya bhavanayas chittaikagrata chittaikagriya hetutaya Bhavad abhimataya bhavanaya chittaikagriya hetutaya. This bhavana, what Purvapakshi said, to do repetition. Its hetu, its objective is to get chitta ekagrata. Chitta ekagriya hetutaya. Then you have to read asambhavana, huh? Because that khandakar you can add there. Hetutaya asambhavana viparita bhavanatmaka vikshepa lakshana pratibandha nirasena ज्ञानोत्पत्तावेव उपक्षीणत्वाद् उत्पन्नमात्रम् आगमिकं ज्ञानं सकार्यम् अज्ञानं तदैव निवर्तयति इति न ज्ञानकर्मणोः समुच्चय अवसर इति भावः. Before we enter into this, let us just understand what is the difference between nididhyasanam and this bhavana. What is the difference between Brahma Jnanam and Upasana? These things we should know clearly. When somebody says, I will do abhyasa of Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi abhyasa means repetition. Why will it not destroy Ajnanam? Let us say this is the question. So understand this. Let's say I tell one statement to somebody. Tomorrow morning, 4:30 a.m., I will meet you outside the temple. 4:30 a.m. Then I will ask that person, did you hear what I said? He will say yes. Tomorrow morning, 4:30 a.m., I will meet you outside the temple. Let's say I ask the other person, did you hear what I said? Yes. Tomorrow morning, 4:30 a.m., I will meet you outside the temple. Then tomorrow morning, 4:30 a.m., I am there outside the temple. Nobody is there. Then at 7 o'clock, I meet them, or after class, 7:30. I ask them, I told you 4:30 a.m., I will meet you, then we'll go to Gangaji. They heard the Vakya. They did not understand the meaning of that sentence. They could repeat that sentence. But they did not understand that this sentence means I have to be present at some place at some time. This buddhi they did not get. They could repeat the Vakya. If a person does not understand the meaning of this sentence at once, if he repeats this sentence 1,000 times, will he understand what is said?
No, Swamiji.
No.
So repetition does not produce knowledge. This is the fundamental problem with lot of people. They don't understand the subtlety. They think we will repeat this Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi. Sureshwaracharya ji here or Vedanta Matam is saying repetition does not produce knowledge. Okay, what is the problem there? This is the problem. If a person who has understood Aham Brahma Asmi, that person's identification from body should drop right away. And it will drop. Because he has understood, I am Brahma, therefore I am not this Vyakti, this person. Brahma has no bodies. So I don't have body. Brahma has no karma, therefore I have no karma. Brahma has no prarabdha, I have no prarabdha. That Brahma I am. So dukkha nivritti will happen only if understanding is there. Dukkha nivritti will not happen if I have repeated Aham Brahmasmi and done Purasharana. That will not help. Dukkha nivritti is through Jnanam, because you have understood that Sharira Traya is not you. Sharira Traya is not yours. The Laukika Sambandha you don't have. Therefore, their problems are not your problems. This you have understood. If I have not understood this, I can go on repeating, I can go on writing, fill some books on Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi. I can tell people, you are Brahma. Neither my problems will go, and if that person has not understood, their problems also will not go. You can take another example. Let us say somebody writes a sentence in a language that I don't know. Let's say if it is written in Tamil or some Chinese or Japanese language. I can see that sentence and I can repeat, I can copy that sentence. As the letters are, I can exactly in the same way I can rewrite without understanding. So if I write 100 times that same sentence, I copy. How much of that sentence I will understand?
Nothing.
This is the problem. Understanding is the key for dukkha nivritti. So when people say, I am studying Vedanta, I am teaching Vedanta and I am dukhi, because you have not understood what is Brahma. Nanu shochanti panditaha, this is very clear. Panditas will not grieve. Na gata, na anugata. Whether somebody is there, somebody is not there, about anything. There, gata su, na gata su means gata prana, agata prana. But you understand, they will not grieve over any vastu, any vyakti, any paristhiti, anything. This is called Pandita. Pandita, if you see their bhashya, Atma Vishaya Panda Asya Asti iti Pandita. Atma Vishayaka Buddhi means I am Brahma, therefore I am not Dehatraya. This Jnanam will cut the Dehatadar. This Jnanam will remove Dukkha Nivritti, will remove Dukkha. not any repetition. So when Purvapakshi says, you got the Shravanam you have done, then you have no Aham Brahmasmi, but that is not going to remove Ajnanam. Then you repeat. If it has not removed Ajnanam in the first shot, no matter how much you repeat, it is not going to remove Ajnanam. It is not like there is a lot of fever, you took one medicine, fever is not gone, but you take it second dose, third dose, and then fever will go down. This is not like that. Either you got it or you are not getting it. Then there could be some Pratibandha. So what kind of Pratibandhas will there? That also we should understand. For example, let us say smoking. When a person reads the sentence that smoking is injurious to your health, it's my health. I read the sentence, I understand. I know smoking is bad. But now, if I am an addict and I cannot give up the smoking, my problem is not understanding the sentence. My problem is lack of vairagya. I am not able to let go of this addiction you call, or identification, whatever is there, on case by case basis. So for that, vairagya is the solution. I have to stay away from this. No matter what. So then vairagya will remove the pratibandha. Then jnanam is anyway working. Lack of vairagya does not let the jnanam to work. Means he knows this is not good for me, but that jnanam is obstructed by moha, by some attachment. So vairagya is required there. So in different cases, we should understand where the problem is. So for most sadhakas, it is one of these. Either they have not understood what is Aham Brahmasmi, because they don't know what is Padartha, Padajnanam, Padartha Jnanam, Padartha Janya Vakyartha Jnanam. All these they don't know. What is Vachyartha, Lakshyartha, etc. They may know in pieces, but they are not able to assimilate that, oh, this means I should not be attached to this body. I don't have mind. So they constantly have this problem. I am Brahma, they go on saying, and my mind has this problem, my mind is this, my mind, or mind actually bothers them. And they don't know how to solve this. Because they have given reality to that mind. If I am Brahma, Jagat has to be Mithya. This equation is not there in their mind. Jagat Mithya means mind is Mithya. This is also not there. So this is one kind of problem. Second is otherwise lack of Vairagya. Vairagya is the only one which is the problem. At that time, nobody will say, you don't have titiksha, you don't have shraddha, you don't have mumukshutvam. All of that is okay. The vairagya is not there, but you are not able to let go of things which are the cause of sorrow. So these are the problem areas. If somebody does not have ekagrata, etc., then they are told to do upasana. What upasana will do is they say it will produce ekagrata. Ekagrata means I will not have time to think about other things. So if I develop ekagrata in Saguna Brahma, I will not have time to see guna of that in which I have raga, or doshas of that in which I have dvesha. Because people waste their time in these two. Some people, they spend their time in seeing guna in where they have raga. Some people waste their time in seeing dosha in where they have dvesha. Both of these is not going to let you focus on Brahma. So these ideas, I hope they are clear, and therefore, what is the objective in doing? What will you do meditation on? What is the objective of meditation should be clear. See Tika now. Bhavad abhimataya, abhimataya, bhavanaya. This bhavana which Purva Pakshi suggested, proposed, their hetu is chittaikagriya. Chittaikagriya hetutaya. What they will do? They will remove vikshepa. Ekagrata will remove vikshepa, is straightforward. It's like how fire will remove cold. If I am feeling cold, I should sit near fire. So this ekagrata will remove asambhavana, viparita bhavana. Asambhavana means both, you can say pramana asambhavana and prameya asambhavana, or only prameya asambhavana also, because shravanam is done, shadvidha linga tatparya nirnaya is done. I have understood that Shastra is communicating only one theme, and that is my Brahmatva. But samshayas could be there, doubts. Doubts are there because when I am doing Shravanam, I am not focused. Focus doesn't mean I am recording everything, I am writing notes, etc. Focused means my attention is not going on this aspect that in Lakshyartha, Tvam Pada Lakshyartha, there are no problems. And I have to understand my real meaning is Tvam Pada Lakshyartha. This thing I am not grabbing. This is called lack of ekagrata. Ekagrata means with staring either on the screen or on Acharya or the book, etc. That is not ekagrata. In Shravanam, I should have ekagrata. Which Shabda? What is the Vakya? What did Acharya say? What does Shastra say about this Pada? In that, I need ekagrata. At that time, if my mind goes here, there, or I have my own idea of what is this Pada, what is its meaning, then there is no ekagrata. That will produce vikshepa. Or that will produce Bhranti Jnana. This Vikshepa will produce Bhranti Jnana. So Asambhavana and Viparita Bhavana. Viparita Bhavana is I still go on thinking I am the Shariratraya and I also want I am Brahma. So I am Shariratrayatmaka Brahma. This is wrong. Viparita Bhavanatmaka Vikshepa Lakshana Pratibandha. This will produce Vikshepa. Or they are Vikshepa, Asambhavana and Viparita Bhavana. Vikshepa Lakshana Pratibandha Nirasena. Ekagrata will remove these Pratibandha, which are causing Asambhavana, Viparita Bhavana. And when the Pratibandhas are removed, then Jnanotpatta Veva Upakshenatvat. then jnana utpatti will take place. That jnanotpattau eva upakshinatvad utpanna matram agamikam jnanam. Utpanna matram means as soon as it is utpanna, not that utpanna and then it has to do something thereafter. Utpanna matra, only once it is arising right away after that. Agamikam jnanam sakaryam ajnanam tada eva nivartayati. Right at that time. Jnanotpattaveva upakshinatvat. What is upakshinam? What is, you know what is the meaning of upakshina? Upakshina means? It is
Ajnanam.
dissolved.
Again.
Then what is nivartayati? Nivartayati karma. Nivartayati shabd kriyas karma will be what? Jnanam nivartayati. Jnanam nivartayati kim?
Sakaryam ajnanam.
Jnanam nivartayati ajnana. So nivartayati's karma is ajnana. Nivartayati's karta is jnana. Then upakshinatva goes for what?
Jnana.
When you, huh?
Jnana. Upakshinatva goes with jnana.
How? No, you see the vakya. Jnanotpattaveva upakshinatvat.
Asambhavana viparita bhavanatma vikshepa lakshana pratibandha.
So, nirasena is given. It's already there in Tritiya. Bhavanayaha jnanotpattaveva upakshinatvat. The bhavana, which is for the chitta. Purvapakshi said bhavana will produce jnana. Siddhanti says bhavana is not going to produce jnana. Bhavana's work is to do pratibandha nirasa. So jnanotpattav eva upakshina is this bhavana. All the bhavana that Purvapakshi was talking about is already gone. Therefore, bhavana is not going to produce jnana. Bhavana is going to do pratibandha nirasa. Purvapakshi's matam and Siddhanti's matam, what is the bheda? Purvapakshi said bhavana of the abhyasa will remove ajnana. Siddhanti says bhavana will remove pratibandha. Pramana alone will produce jnana. Prama cannot be the result of any abhyasa. Prama will be result of pramana vyapara. At once it will produce jnana. If pratibandha is there, I have to put forth effort to remove pratibandhas. Therefore, any repetition, whether it is in the form of sentence repetition or if it is in the form of shlokas or sentences, the repetition will not produce knowledge. And if pratibandha is there, you remove pratibandha, jnanam will come. So bhavana can be helpful for pratibandha nivritti, pratibandha nirasa. Jnanam will remove ajnanam. Tada eva nivartayati, right away. Once it removes, Jnanam removes ajnanam, Kriya, Karaka, Phala, etc., all are gone. And therefore, na jnana karmanoho samuchaya avasara. So this Purvapaksha, second Purvapaksha, according to them, this jnanam, they call it avakyartha jnana. Bhavana will produce avakyartha jnana. First is samsrishta, later will produce asamsrishta. They use one shabda for that, non-sentential knowledge. Avakyartha jnana or non-sentential. Because it is not result of any vakya, sentence. See further in Tika. And therefore, na jnana karmanoho samuchaya avasara iti bhava. Therefore, there is no opportunity when jnana and karma both will coexist. Where is the question of samuchaya? Vijnaya prajnam kurvita. This vakya, Vedanta vakya pratipadyam brahma iti vijnaya prajnam aparoksha brahma vijnanam asambhavana viparita bhavana nirakarana mukhena vakyadeva kuryat. Siddhanti says that this prajnam kurvita means aparoksha brahma vijnanam, which is in the form of when asambhavana viparita bhavana are eliminated. Asambhavana viparita bhavana nirakarana mukhena vakyat eva aparoksha brahma vijnanam kuryat. Mahavakya alone will produce aparoksha brahma vijnanam. There is no repetition of aham brahmasmi. Tatra vidhi asambhavat. Somebody had asked this question. So in jnanam there is no vidhi. Drashtavya, shrotavya, mantavya or atmetya upasita, upasita or sonveshtavya, so vijignyasitavya. All these vakyas, they are vidhi chhaya. They are not vidhi vakya. Vidhi asambhavat. Tat sadhanam mananadikam asambhavana viparita bhavana nirasa karanam kuryat ityartha. The sadhana for that is manana nididhyasana. Mananadikam asambhavana viparita bhavana nirasa karanam kuryat. So mananam will remove asambhavana. Nididhyasanam will remove viparita bhavana. Nirasa karanam kuryat ityartha. Now, the shloka is complete here. One more thing that we need to address, and that is, how is nididhyasanam different from prasankhyanam? How is nididhyasanam different from prasankhyanam? Because in nididhyasanam you use these shlokas, Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani, bhavayatmani, and Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham, etc. So main difference is when you do nididhyasanam, you have understood what you are saying. When you do prasankhyanam, you have not understood. If somebody will ask that person who is doing prasankhyanam, have you understood? He will say yes, because he thinks he is understood. But he is acharya. He said, you have not understood. So this clarity whether I am doing nididhyasanam or am I doing prasankhyanam, if a sadhaka doesn't know what they are, he will think both are same. Jnana through pramana vichara and spashta. What is pada jnanam, vakyartha jnanam? In that, if there is pratibandha, I will do nididhyasana. Prasankhyanam is another form of upasana. That prasankhyanam will not remove ajnanam. The test is this: whether my shoka, bhaya, moha, all of them are gone or not. If I do prasankhyanam, do I know how to handle my shoka, moha, bhaya? If a person does not know, that means they have not understood Mahavakya. And every other day, if their mind is going up and down, it is very clear. Nobody has to tell them you understood or not. They themselves should be able to test. That if I had understood what is the meaning of Mahavakya, Aham Brahmasmi, this would not be the case. And if someone says, Krita Vedanta Sharvananam api yatha purvam sukha dukkhadi darshana, because that person, he does not know that I am asharira. This he has not understood. Ashariram vavasantam na priya priya sprushata. Sukha dukkha will not touch that person. And if I am sasharira, means with sthula and sukshma sharira, na havai sasharirasya sataha priya priyayor apahatirasti. Your sukha dukkha will never go. If you understand yourself as with sthula sharira and with sukshma sharira. This sentence should be very clear. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.